And welcome back. Bruce Porter joins us now for this week's Dollars and Cents segment. Thanks for coming in.
Good to be here.
All right, we have an issue that we need to talk about today. Our topic, are you ready?
Yep.
Okay. I am thinking of moving some of my investments to diversify my money. I currently have a variety of mutual funds, and I'm not satisfied with the results. What else should I consider for long-term growth? I am getting confused, and it can be confusing. Can we start real quick by explaining exactly what mutual funds are?
Yeah, I mean, mutual funds is a group of companies that are consistent with the maybe the risk, maybe the sector that they're in, things like that. Mutual funds came about so people could take $100 and invest in 100 companies, instead of trying to figure out how to buy a little bit of each company.
Right, one stock here, one stock there. It's like a basket of different
It's a
securities.
basket of different companies. And so, you know, this is a good question. We're getting a lot of this now. There's, tax time, people think about money. Well, to simplify it, and I'm going to oversimplify it today.
That's okay. We could use that.
There's two types of money, all right? Guaranteed money and non-guaranteed money, right? Now, non-guaranteed type money would be anything that requires a prospectus or anything that says variable, right?
Okay.
So, for example, a brokerage type account would be a variable account, which would be a non-guaranteed account.
Right, it can fluctuate with the market.
That's right. It's going to be based on the performance of the market, up, down, long-term growth at whatever age you're at might be an appropriate investment, because you're trying to maximize long-term growth.
Sure.
Right? Now, guaranteed money, people associate that with like a bank account. All right? Bank accounts, typically people buy bank type products because of FDIC insurance. Right? So, FDR put that in place to regulate banking so that we wouldn't have a huge collapse and things like that. So people associate that guarantee of their money with FDIC, and appropriately so, because that's what its job is to guarantee or secure those deposits we have. Now, there's rules for that. You got to make sure you don't have excess deposits, things like that. So banking as a whole is a guaranteed type source of investing. Now, for this individual, not sure that would be a good long-term growth move.
Right.
Because inflation and things like that would typically eat up an interest rate provided by a banking.
Right, sure. So what else is there?
So we got brokerage, we got banking. So then you go into the insurance sector. And really the three places to put money are those three. Now, with insurance, you really just got to look at what the tool is that's being offered. Is it a fixed tool, an index tool, or a variable tool?
And you're talking about maybe an annuity or something along that line.
Typically, insurance companies will offer annuity type portfolios, but we're seeing brokerage companies offer bank CDs, insurance companies offer CDs, so they're mixing it up a little bit. Everybody wants a piece of the pie, I guess, right?
Sure.
So typical insurance type products are going to be the annuity portfolio. So if it's fixed, it's a fixed term, fixed rate, kind of like a bank CD, fixed term, fixed rate. Now, if it's indexed, that means they are indexing it to a market index. Might be the S&P, might be the Dow, might be NASDAQ or something like that.
So it fluctuates, goes up and down along with that particular...
During that term, but typically the insurance company will guarantee your balance. So people look for that. They want the propensity for growth, but they don't want the downside risk. So the insurance type tools, they can offer that type of an environment. But also, insurance can also and does offer variables. So when you're a consumer, when you're shopping for the tool, I would just recommend that you get plenty of information so you can make an informed choice, because the financial world seems to be getting more complicated as we speak. So knowing what you're looking at, knowing if it's appropriate to your risk tolerance, if it's appropriate to what your goals and objectives are, and we've talked about that, that's what you got to do. You got to really look at the details and know what it is. If it requires a prospectus, it's a variable. That's kind of a general rule. And those go over fees, charges, things like that.
Right.
If it doesn't, it's more of a guaranteed type product. But
Okay, so know
just-
know what your goals are, and think about the timeline that you have moving forward, and any financial question that you have.